Biden in Michigan and the ACLU in Colorado for mistaken information about voting. In short, there was action that affected both sides. I have fought for Section 230 reform for 16 years, from my time as Connecticut's Attorney General, when I took on the scourge of registered sex offenders grooming children on Facebook and MySpace. With Senator Portman, I have led passage of the only successful revision so far to Section 230, the Stop Enabling Sex Traffickers Act, known as SESTA.
Anyway, I was just listening. I just got in touch with YouTube, and I was just looking at some of the Senate hearings on YouTube about, the CEOs of, Zuckerberg. Well, we know who just bought.
I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, and that's Arms Direct.
We know who just bought Twitter and all that. And over the last 6 years, how they've always been stating about their biasness. In the last year, the most deviant of it, which we know Google is very biased when it comes to real history. Now, the funny thing is, these people gave me a strike. The second one was for the 10th Amendment. Now, we all know what's going on right now in certain states, but the majority of them, they have said that the majority of senators and everything says there is no coronavirus. The flu disappeared for 2 years. Medical doctors have left the profession and been whistleblowing. But we know that the youth on these platforms who work for these companies who make less than appropriate, I will get back. Hold on. Turn with it. Anyway, right? They play a game as if the game is going to last, and they don't get it. It's not a game. You have so many lives lost, and these ones don't get it. There are people who are not too old and ain't dead who actually know their faces, and they're very angry, and they're not talking on these platforms. They don't care about an AI. They don't care about some sheriff, no military. A lot of them veterans. They don't care about none of that. There are doctors who have left the country because they know the role they play. And it's pretty sad. And they gave me a strike on the 10th Amendment, teaching people, remember? Teaching people that there's, and look, they can't do this to you based upon that. And I told you of DC, which is based on a foreign ideology, that they are wrong. And they gave me a strike because I was teaching that. I didn't sit there telling y'all, make y'all or anything. Loose-minded these individuals are. This is how sick they are. You see what I'm saying? And they actually believe in their own lies. They believe in their own lies. They think their own lies are going to be all right, and they're going to be able to, they're going to be able to circumvent, and everything is going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? And they don't get it. It's not going to be all right. And they believe, I don't know what they believe in, whatever they believe in is pretty sick. Now, ain't it funny here? I eat healthy as hell, and all of a sudden I got a little scratch in my throat. Oh man, that's that ginger juice right there. Cucumbers and carrots. That ginger juice is good. You got the screenshot, fool. Telling me the strike is gone. I'm like, where's it at? The last idiot, Pearl, it's there for 90 days. The first one is supposed to be what? 2-3 weeks? The second one, 30 days, right? This goofy Hindu bitch jumped on there talking about some 90 days. What the fuck are you talking about? Me and Robert was chatting when I went on my tablet and checked. It said November 17th. See what I'm talking about? They're that stupid. They could be watching right now. And people know I went to law school. The problem is, they think they can drag it out because they got billions of dollars, like that means anything. Nigga, ain't nothing gonna stop. Nigga, they can act all weird in their empty shell all they want. Ain't gonna change nothing. Yeah, whatever. I'm a respectful person. I study case laws. which case laws don't apply to everything, because you have an earthly law. It has nothing to do with right to travel. Is a right, not a privilege. And most people don't know that. You don't need no damn driver license and all that. And on the 8th, what was the 8th of November, was it? When they stated, the Supreme Court said, oh, you don't really need a driver license and all that crap. Why is that some people are still pushing that stupidness? You know what I'm saying? It's amazing, man. Please still point people on some out. Need to see your license and registration. First of all, I'm not driving nor operating, nigga. I'm traveling. What are you doing? They're not teaching them. Excuse my language. It's amazing how ignorant people are. Look at the people watching right now. Ain't here watching, can't even give a thumbs up. Y'all funny, man. Y'all hold on to that dream. Let's see how far it gets you in the end. I've been sharing nothing but the truth of what I've studied, what I've seen. Later on, I'm going to be talking about the Saracens. Somebody asked me. Go right ahead. I should have just used the voice. It's not like I care, but it allows me to see their ignorance and how far they're willing to go in their stupor. And we're talking about the Saracens. Now, people know that a couple of years ago I was telling people about leprosy, albinism, and there's a fourth one. The problem is, most Pelicans don't understand that if your eyes droop right here, when I learned the sociology in pre-med, that's Down syndrome. When you look at the Asians, right? No, it's not about all of them. I'm just saying. They don't realize the bloodline to which they come from. The perversion that happened because of leprosy, albinism, the Moors, and the what do they call it? The I can't remember the word. I got to look it up again. It's, anyway, these melanated people in Europe slept with all these people and created these people you see running around, besides the fact that we birthed in 20 based on dietary provisions. 200, we birthed in 200 every year. Melanated sisters around the earth have birthed in over 200, in this country alone, 200 pale-skinned babies every year. I don't know about right now. I haven't studied for the last 6 years. I don't know if it's still going on. But over the last few, 400 or 500 years, 200, every year, 200 pale-skinned babies were born in Europe from melanated couples, in Africa, and here. And we're not talking about just albinos. And albinism are two different things. We're talking about not even lepers. It's like a new genetic flaw, a mutation. And the fact is, they came from us. It doesn't matter. And even though there's some who I believe are not from this land, I still hold on to that shit. Because I've seen some things. From that motherfucker's eyes that closed that way to the woman and the music playing over in the Vatican. Look, I done seen some things. I ain't going to talk about everything. But also because of the story, the Pale Wolf and the Dark Wolf. I'm not here to push hate because that's not who we are. We're in a hateful moment in time because it's rampant. It's in the ether. In the time around us. That's why I'm helping and assisting. It helps me to look further deep inside to detach from that poison. All right? But if you want to know about the Saracens, and there's another word, and I've got a whole lot of things. I studied for like 8 hours last night, combined with this 4 hours this morning. Well, yesterday, 8 hours and 4 hours this morning. I woke up at 3 o'clock and I just couldn't, even talking with Rep Lord, right? I couldn't stop studying, man. I was like, I studied what would usually take a person about 5 or 6 months in about 12 hours, man. I mean, because that's what I do. I used to practice speed reading when I was in high school, you know. So I go over and key words that stand out to me, and then I go back and I reaffirm them, and then I look for keywords. And what happens is everything comes together like a puzzle. I don't know how I'm doing it, y'all. I guess because I'm in reading. I don't know. So Saracens and Saxons, their true identity were dark as midnight, damn near blue. What happened? Well, I told y'all the story about Hannibal because I tell you they changed the stories. They lied about history. They painted all new pictures. When I said Hannibal betrayed his cousin, okay, Alexander, and freed the lepers. Not only did they free them, they took them in because the men wanted to be with the women, and they were clean. So they just looked different. And the albinos of that period, too. You got to remember, the Africans, they feel like they've been cursed because they were killing them and cooking them and eating them and grinding their bones down for magic, even selling them to Asia. The albinos. I'm serious. Look at the history. It's the perversion, even the Vatican part of that. But now they feel like they curse because it seems like the wars won't stop in these certain places, and these people who practice fake earth magic are all suffering in the most worst ways, other than being burnt and all hunted down. Because you got to remember, some of these albinos belong to some of these melanated people, and these soldiers and presidents and all that are and it was only a matter of time. Just like here, it's only a matter of time when Facebook and all them corporates leave and lead these people to the hands of those who are pissed off. And ain't no soldier, no police, nobody going to save them from what's coming. You would think they'd be wise, but when you're able to frolic, stand up in some fake church with some pastor with some star on this thing, talking about with a drag queen, I don't even think it's human, with two little kids with masks on their face, sitting there talking about, and when the creation and allow us to change, and perverting all the word of so-called fake Christianity, it amazes me. It amazes me. And they think it's going to be all right because everybody's comfortable right now. Here we are running out, or purposely, they're draining the lakes, poisoning the lakes, fish dying up everywhere, popping up out of everywhere. They want to make you comply, make you weak. Oh, they got a plan. And y'all want to sit there and it's too hard for y'all to give a thumbs up. That is the hit like. You ain't got to like it. Just do it to be part of the. It shows you who you are. But you know what? Some of y'all believe, like some Marines I know, they be like, I ain't throwing up nothing. I'm just gonna take what I need, and you're gonna end up dead. Okay, cool. Then why are you still here? You're gonna learn the hard way. Keep believing in the news and Hollywood. Keep believing in your head. You got it all together. I'm telling you, it ain't gonna work out. See, right now, even they don't. Just let me tell you about. You know how you got the police out here, right? You have sergeants, lieutenants, and stuff like that. The old guard and all that, who think they've gotten away and everything's fine. Now I've seen enough of them commit suicide and a whole lot of other stuff. It's pretty sad. So if you're watching, you want to know, you think everything's all right? You give me that one moment. Trust me, it's going to happen when everything goes to shit. And the media paints you pretty and all this, that, and the other when you know you're a shit stag. And you'll get exactly what you have coming. Now, I'm not saying that be mean. I'm just stating the fact. I don't want to see nobody getting hurt or nothing. The problem is, you reap what the fuck you sow. And all these individuals. I wouldn't care if Zuckerberg was a custodian, and he definitely showing Anunnaki. But even they were melanated, dark. Hey, look, man. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Nothing against nobody. Now there the motherfucker is. This is the motherfucking no, all these people are stupid. No, see, you're wrong. Look at it. Pay attention. See what I'm talking about? Even the computers fuck with their head. Anywho, right? Like I said, there are some of us who are in the know. We just know something other than everybody else. Don't hate me. I don't, which I don't really care. I mean, that's something you got to work on. I don't really give two flying fucks, but some of us know something. We just know things. All right. I had a Spanish guy talking to me, TikTok. I says, man, shut up with this blackness. You sound like one of them idiots. You know what? Listen to Fat Joe. I remember Big Pun when he was alive. Y'all black, motherfucker. Y'all are Moorish blood. Y'all the ones of perversion. Not all of them, but they even stated this. Like, what is wrong with these people who get a little light skin and a couple straight hair and you think you something? Those are genetically fucked up. That's genetic flaws, people. Do the research instead of just listening to me. Go and do the research where we already know that Google and everything else. And man, they keep lying and changing stuff daily. Did y'all not pay attention to what I said about George Orwell? It still stands. It still stands. You idiot. And I'm gonna share it with you again because you know what? It's not a love-hate relationship. People are retarded. I was sitting there talking with Rob Bell. We was chatting, right? Going over some information. Both of us like to read a lot, right? And I said, well, I said, well, I gotta look. Let me go and look. So I went and looked, and I was like, oh, it expires on the 17th of November, 2022. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, here I am communicating with some of these youngins, probably Hindu or Chinese. I don't know. They moved them all in. You remember what I showed y'all the other day? How they put all these people in these positions now for the New World Order and the health. What you call it? And they have put them all in these different places. And I've been telling y'all, it's a lot of tyranny in hand, and they have their own little constitution that actually don't mean shit. But it's so that these idiots can operate under the guise of something else. The CIA and the FBI. I told you we have good people, but you would think that they would pay attention and recognize this stuff. People say, well, what about when you're in the military? You're giving orders. But you also take an oath, and if the orders are unethical, immoral, and have nothing to do with what's going on, you do not have to follow them. Why do people forget their little handbooks and everything? Their little bricky notepad or whatever. Any of y'all in the military know this. If they would have asked me to do something, I mean, it was bad enough that I didn't handle nukes and shit like that and other things, and AFFF, which now I can get a lawsuit on. I didn't even do that. I could probably collect a whole lot of money on that alone. Up there, well, I was breathing that shit in every goddamn day. AFFF spraying in the salt water and blah, blah, blah. CPC, corrosion preventive compound. Come on, man. What it clearly states. You know what I'm saying? And you would figure that people would be wise enough to know this stuff. I got friends who I serve with, man, who are going through some serious radical health issues, man. And obviously, I've had them as well. You know what I'm saying? But I lean on a different source. I mean, what I'm eating right now, organic carrots and cucumbers with ginger sauce and parsley and cayenne pepper. Now, cayenne pepper pushes potassium out of my system, so I have to eat like 2-3 bananas a day so I won't cramp up so I can work out. I don't cry about it. It's like, okay, I'm cool. Because I know there's... I actually believe in what I practice. I don't sit there and question it. But I express from the side of my point of view of the knowledge that I've attained. Let me see. With all due respect. Well, I don't feel no kind of way. I'm just like, wow, people, stop being so dumb. Man, I had a dream last night. I don't know if it was a ship or a grand big building or somewhere. I think it was a ship. I forget what the job it was, what I was doing or whatever. All right, let me see. Let me see. Right, right, right. That was the 10th. I love it. But the guy was like a chump ass hitman that you could see coming a mile away. And we got to a Scrabble, but something kept me from scrabbling back. I don't know, it was weird. And he couldn't do something, so he attempted to have this beads and pop one of the beads from his little wrist thing because he was acting like he was mopping the floor and pushed it in my mouth. But I was able to spit it out, and he ran off. So I went looking for him, wondering what kind of poison was. Was it like a 20-step, a 24-hour? You know, there is stuff out here, bro. There's stuff that'll make you abide in everything everybody's asking you to do willingly and willfully, and then you wake up and won't remember nothing, and you'll be sitting in your front lawn with your house missing. I'm just saying. And it's like it looks like a white big tulip or something. I forget the plant, but it's in South America. Anyway, right? I found it. And I went to the bathroom to go and jack him up, like give him the business. A couple people following me. I stood behind the door. When the dude came out, it was somebody totally different. And I grabbed him up. Yo, where'd do that? He said, who? I said, oh man, he been gone. I just saw the motherfucker with the little white beard. It looked like a slimmer version of me. The one like I was fighting myself. Serious, y'all. And there was a message. I got the message. I can't tell y'all. You got to figure your own messages out. I got it. That's why I say hate and all that stuff, it ain't even worth it. It doesn't get you nowhere. And I'm not talking about like what you think. You can fight a war and not be a sociopath or a psychopath and not have no hate in your heart for what you're doing. As long as you ain't out there purposely wronging somebody, which would be a sociopathic or psychotic way. And that's not warlike. That's war. That's knowing that there's nothing that interprets there's no feelings. You're acting upon something that needs to be acted upon. They amaze me, man. And you see the deeper perversion. You see what Zuckerberg, you see what the CEO who's gone, he just bowed out, man. The 10th Amendment. Hold on. Okay, let's see what you got up there. It's been removed. You know what? Let me show. This is somebody who wants to play a game. One more time, because I think this person's having a hard time. There you go. Now, deal with that. Stop going back to the one that was prior, because that's the last month. That's when I was telling people what was going on with this stuff. No, a month and a half ago about this goopy ass 10th Amendment. Remember when I did the 10th Amendment talking about you don't have to take that shot? And that was passed on by attorneys out of Texas and Arizona. And these motherfuckers talking about that goes against community guidelines. And I looked at the guidelines. I was like, where? They said, oh, that's false medical information. How is it medical information when I'm talking about the 10th Amendment and you don't have to take a shot? Dumbasses. Sure it is. Your community guy. I love this, man. Never. Nope. July, August, September. Nope. June 30th was not the 10th Amendment. Wrong. Wrong. That's what I'm talking about. They lie. I just screenshot. No warnings ever given. No warning. And they're supposed to give you warnings, and they don't. All right? Because they have these little people that want to be pronouns and all that stuff. So I don't really care. Not to the political side of it. Anyway, they have, you can see the date, the last one given. It's right there. And then when you go into the community guidelines, you tap on the thing, you see it, it says, oh, the 10th Amendment. The video was removed. Okay. But this is what they do. You see them on the news every day. You see them on everything. And this is the same one you just showed me. This is how dumb they are. Or which one is that? No, but okay, right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. There we go. I'm not going to sit there and do all that with them. But anywho, right? It shows that they attempt to be elusive, like they're in control. The problem is we're not all the same. I don't care what you perceive in this little thing you call a head, a cabasa with a brain. You know, I don't care what comes over your labios. I don't care what comes from your what video? You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. Because when I was in there, it's not in there. They're and look, they lie. They can't help themselves. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. I you know I get their I get their irrationality. I get why they feel the way they do, because anything that goes against them and pushes against their vernacular and how they feel, which, we're not the emotion, I'm not the emotional police. I know when people are just emotionally unstable. I know when people are going through something and they can't help it. I know when there's, they have no guide dog, but they run around cocking their leg up to take a urine all the time. It's amazing that they are even breathing. It's like you wonder, well, obviously their body must be acting on some natural instinct, because if it was on their brain, they would not be thinking. I'm just saying. I mean, the reality, you know what I'm saying? Now, this person is sitting here telling me there's something that I know goes against exactly what we discussed, and I'm sitting there going, you can't make this up, people. Trust me, you can't make this up. But they make it up as they go. You know why? They believe they can't lose. The problem is every time they do something, and I'm not going to get all biblical and talk all that shit for right now. What they don't realize is every time they open their mouth and they make a statement that goes against the credence of normal and natural, to attempt to be like those over them, they further put themselves in a predicament of more destruction, and they don't get it. And some of y'all don't get it either. You think that it's going to be all right. Everything's going to lament. It's going to be fine. I'm here to tell you, man, you don't have to believe me. Keep staying comfortable in this made up world. Keep acclimating and pushing forward, which is not really forward at all. As far as when we think the word or the etymology of forward means, forward can mean down, but forward could be going back in that direction. So, I mean, it's that simple, people. Words are spells. You're leading yourself to your own destruction. And if you feel like, oh, well, there's no way out, there's nothing you can do about it, man, that shit's on you. There's nothing I can do about it. Now, look, they remove the videos, right? So I go back and look at them, right? Just to scope through them. And you would think that they would have them at a point that's at the bottom saying this video has been removed, blah, 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 blah. So we go with, we'll go with unlisted. No, we're not going to do that. And when they give you a date, and I go back to look, they remove the video, but you would think that they will hold on to it. And you know what they share? They share the movie, the video is removed, even though I have it, because I recorded it. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, wow, we cannot be this dumb. And yet I am always proved otherwise. That, yeah, we dumber than I have to say this as a people. We dumber than a mother sucker, bro. We are dumber than a mother sucker. You can't make this up, man. I'm going back over a year, y'all. Right? Looking at certain videos, and usually it would say this video has been removed. As far as contents, you can go into comments, you can go into analytics, and it will pull it up there. But when you go by sort and you choose as far as what has been, like, I'm looking for what has been removed, right? Excuse me. Not made for kids. Less than. And I'm looking for the map, because when it's less than, it means those are the ones that they remove. All right. So I don't have to go to playlist. You can always go to analytics, and you can also pull up and it'll tell you, excuse me, the ones that have been, you know what I'm saying, as far as your content and your analytics. And you can just put in all. You see what I'm saying? And then scroll down. Oh, damn. No, I'm gonna do that. It should be. Okay, here we go. Slide over. And I'm just looking for, you know, this individual. I know what they were doing, and it's to me, it's just all comical. I mean, you know, being plausible. You know, I always sit there and say to myself, why does anybody even do what they do? You know, if I'm like this, if I was in this, there was a time in this world, right? Let's put it, and there was a time while I'm living in this so-called world when I used to look at everybody and sit there and say, there's nothing I can say to anybody. There's nothing I can say to you. There is nothing. You know what I used to do? Just go hang my heavy bag up, put on my gloves, wrap my hands, put on my gloves, and I literally, and people tell you on the res, like 10 years ago, I would just be beating on the heavy bag for like 3 hours. I'm talking about where the last 40 punch drill would just be me just in motion, because I was so sore and so tired after 4 hours beating on that heavy bag. I mean, rocking it. I mean, like the one that I gave to Pearl's brother, right? I had torn it, and it was leather. I mean, I would literally go out there, and it was like you could sit there, and I could say it was anger, right? I can amount it to that being of anger, and then everybody around on the res wouldn't even look. Like at first, in the beginning, they were looking, watching, right, through the gates, the fence, over, you know, standing in the back of the truck. I didn't care. After like the first hour and a half, 2 hours of punching, you could hear them talking. Holy shit, you could hear them. Even breaking open out the six-pack, like, is this guy's going to fall out? And I would do it every day, man. As angry as I'm going to say this, as angry as I was, I could not admit that it being anger. It was something else. And I was attempting to find a way by beating the shit out of the leather or canvas heavy bag. And I mean, I wouldn't stop. I would just, like, when I felt like I was going to quit, I would start going in again. And even with all that, doing that, months in and out, I couldn't figure it out. When I started hitting that yoga, over 10 years ago, I started hitting that yoga class, and I started, you know, and I wasn't starving myself. Then is when I started realizing, okay, I'm a little jacked up in the head. It doesn't mean that I wasn't out attempting to be the better person or the right person, you know, not right in everybody's eyes, right as far as convictions. Mike's smiling. I didn't mind being wrong. I was never looking for something to be right all the time. No. But everybody around me seemed like they always had to be right when they were always wrong. Isn't that funny? Like when you seek in the betterment of yourself, if you're not careful, you're around everybody who is not about bettering themselves. When you open your eyes, you realize, and it's not like making it, you know, personal where you're like, you want to attack people like that. It's like you realize, holy shit, am I the only one? And yes, whenever you step out to do something that's out of your comfort and totally different from everybody else, yeah, you're going to be the only one, because I didn't converse with nobody. I didn't sit there and say, this is what I'm doing. I didn't say somebody want to walk with me on this trip. You see what I'm saying? So you have these people that work on this thing. They're followers. I didn't ask somebody for and you know, I couldn't make sense of it, what I was doing. I was enraged and didn't even know it. Beating on the gun. I mean, just beating with my guns, just beating on, I'm not beating on the heavy bags. And I would go out and just shoot my gun at the range, just all the ammo, just shoot it all. Not one, not attempting to hurt nobody. Just it was like I was trying to find a form of release when I didn't realize that I had to turn inward to find a way to release the lie that was I was holding on to. What was the lie? The anger, the rage. See where it went? The lie was the anger and the friggin' rage. It was a lie. I didn't really have it. It was manipulation through this false ether to interfere with my ether. That's why I'm always saying all the heavens and all the hells, you know what I'm saying? Or within. And there was nobody out there who could, they weren't even working on it. They were just broken. So I was walking with them as broken, and I was tired of being broken walking with them. And even though I knew I was a better person for self, when I hear people talk, I realized, wait, no, man, I ain't as broke as I think I am. Something's not right here. I was like, I gotta figure this out. And it took me beating on the heavy bag, beating on them heavy bags every day, just knocking the I mean, I'm talking about not standing still. Like people come by and I'd be like, go on, give the gloves, put the wraps on. I'm buying wraps and everything, showing them combinations. I got all the pads and everything over there. Throwing the kicks, jumping, spinning, heel kicks with bad back and knee. I didn't care. I was showing them how to do it right. And they were like, God damn, who was fun? They were like, who pissed in his Wheaties? When we don't see the Facebook pictures, you knocking a couple people out on the porch and over at the gas station. And then I say, there's a whole lot of pictures I got knocking people out. Not glorifying. I'm just saying, I didn't know how angry I was because I wouldn't hold back. If you came up in front of me, if you was half drunk or if you was sober, you come talking that tough like you act like, man, well, I didn't give a fuck who you was. I hit you just as quick as I see you approaching me with hostility. Bop, bop, on the way back or walking into you. Bop. I mean, that's a fact. That's the truth. There ain't no Superman. But I'll be damned. And I was dabbling, getting back into earth magic. I hate the word magic, but ceremonial. Practicing them things, learning how to hum and chant and breathe. There were times I'd be in the heavy bag ready to pass out, and I would take a deep breath, like 2 or 3, and it's going at it again. And I mean, kicking up the red clay out there. I know my nose is just red. I blow my nose, it'd be like this red clay coming out. Beating on it, I would stop sweating. You know, that's when you start going borderline, what you call hypothermic. You know, no, the other word. You know, the other word. Not hypothermia, but the other one. And I would just drink some green tea or some black tea and just keep going. And so my hands, my fists, my hands, I couldn't let open them. And my wrist was sore. My shoulders were sore. I couldn't turn my head on my toes no more. And I mean, I was giving it all, man. I mean, literally, man. I mean, people gonna learn. You know what I mean? Sadly, people gonna learn. Sucks ass. But it is what it is. You know? It is what it is. It's fucked up. Excuse my language. I haven't replied to a lot of people. I'm replying now to y'all. My apologies, because I like to reply to everybody. Yeah, right. I forgot all about that. So I love when people come in. Okay, some of these I replied to, I just didn't see it. But anyway, I was just looking for the stuff that they removed, and before I could see them, see, now it's a big game. And to which it matters not. Well, it's a possibility. Yeah, Lamar, you're right. I think I hit him. I think I hit you back, didn't I, Monred? If I didn't, my apologies, man. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes I don't get all the notifications, and so I'm just wow. And the videos aren't even there. I think when I was conversing with them, and they wanted to sit there and have that little yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. But I just a question. I just somebody asked a question. I didn't know it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I see you, King moves. All right. All right. Okay. I know it's all about the process and thought, man. I mean, uh, yeah. Well, you got to move beyond it. I'm not going to reply to all of them, and especially some goopy ass. Let me remove you, motherfucker. Yeah, misinformation. And some of these things that get reported, I mean, some of these things, whether reported or not, actually, what I've learned, the one on 10th Amendment, isn't the algorithm. This is what I learned about it. The one that I did on 10th Amendment, and I've done it again, and I actually did a video on it because they were wrong. And I showed where they were talking about Zuckerberg, Twitter, all them goopy ass platforms, and how they were being very politically biased as anybody going against the fucking agenda, to which it was an agenda, because we all know right now, you see what's going on. Yet we still have these young motherfuckers who are walking around with masks on, driving with masks on, while the flu all of a sudden mysteriously disappeared for 2.5 years. All of a sudden it's back. Come on, man. You see what I'm saying? And it's keeping you distracted. And I don't give a fuck what they say. It's keeping you distracted. So whenever they do what they're going to do, you've been too damn dumb and not paying attention, so you get what you got coming. It sucks, but that's the reality. And they know it. And even look, even the worst part about it, the part that bothers me, I'm not going to lie, y'all, is the fact that a lot of these people are going to be walking and hiding amongst, because they do that right now amongst people. Why do you think they built certain communities like work Facebook? They live in a certain area, Silicon Valley and all that kind of stuff. That ain't working out too well no more. And you would think that these people monitoring these things, that's why a lot of them have been, overseas. They're not really where you think they are. You know what I'm saying? And if they are here, how would you know it? Other than the fact that some of them do have big mouths. The messed up thing is, you won't know it because the ones who are creating the problems are doing the dirty things. They're the ones who are not the normal people, the normal folk who ain't making any decisions. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of foul because the congressional hearings, if anybody watched them over the last time, I look at the congressional hearings because I think it's a big farce. So I got to see what the game they're playing. Ron Paul, especially, he's all in there. He's part of the shit. And I watch, and I'm like, watching the show. I'm watching the actors, man, and I'm looking at them put on this great little show. And here they are calling these people on the fact that, I mean, come on, look at this. Pelosi's husband out there drugged up, drunk. You see what he did, right? He's walking free. But you get these little goofy police that run up on you motherfuckers calling yourselves black and everything else other than what you are, and they beating you down, they hammering you with your pale skins, your Spaniards, all you motherfuckers, they're giving you the business. But you ain't paying attention. Who's the other one recently? That motherfucker. Biden's son. How the fuck is he walking around? But you think y'all got it all good. You don't know everything. Y'all emotionally stable. You think it's a us against you thing, right? You're gonna learn the hard way. And anyway, the videos are not there. The motherfucker made a comment. You can see it in there. No, you can't. This shit. And look, and they still got copyright. No. Did they remove it? Okay, they removed the motherfucker. I guess I let them know, man. They kept putting copyright. This is how how emotional they are. A copyright claim on the music that's coming from their goddamn studio. Besides the fact that I pay to play certain music, all you gotta do is pick the music I want to play and jam it. And I ain't got to show them shit, you know? Copyright claim don't stop shit, okay? It just, lets them know. Like, stop doing the dumb shit. So anyway, I don't, what I'm saying? No, they removed them completely. And if they was here, I would see the 10th Amendment, which was the second one. And I would see the one before that. That was the one where I was dragging people in and having people all pissed off because I wanted to bring them in. And then say, hey, look, but check this out. And these motherfuckers, they jumped right. They were watching me. They were like, oh, shit, we got that dude Red in here. You know what I'm saying? I was just going to bring people in and say, hey, look, peep this out. You know what I'm saying? I said, I showed you I've been doing this for a long time. I mean, my shit goes way back where I was just fucking around, you know what I'm saying, with this whole thing. But now it's like, they don't know no better, man. They say, well, it's in there. And so one goofy ass woman says one thing. I'm like, is you retarded? Then this one says another thing. And I've got all the screenshots of the things from my Gmail account. So I'm laughing at myself saying, I know how they're going to react because they're going to act like they're in control when they don't have no control. If you think that having control over an apparatus is control, I don't even need your name to put a curse on your face, to have you walking around falling on your face. I don't. Trust me. You can stay right here. Excuse me. I don't have to have your name. See, this is where they make a mistake. They think they know, but they don't. You feel me? They think they know, but they don't. They think they're hidden, but they're not. You see what I'm saying? And the problem is, I don't need your name. I don't need to know where you live at. I don't need to know who your mama, your daddy is. When I say earth ceremonial, we can say earth magic. We can call it that. That's what the fuck I mean. Just having contact with me on any platform, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm really, really about that life. And I know people have a hard time. I'm not sitting there saying it like I got to say it 100 times. I'm just saying I'm really, really about that life. All the evil you see is happening in the places where they fundamentally reared you to believe was the good stuff. They made you believe, go to church and listen to this hymn and this TD Jakes walking across stage with a sweat because nigga high blood pressure pill ain't working right then and there. Yeah, let me tell you, Well, he's probably thinking about some little boy's butt or any one of them other motherfuckers. And you heard some of them come out saying, there ain't no hell and I robbed the people. And now their conscience getting to them because they're starting to realize they're saying some things that most people can't see and they don't want to comment to further drag them in because they ain't really strong. And they don't get it. We've been cursing all them bitches for a minute. It ain't a curse. I'm using that because that's how y'all understand it. Y'all stand under it because you don't know no better. Before you understand it, it's deeper than that. Mother see me out here, homeboy had to go to work. He stood around the side watching, and I knew his presence. I didn't see him. And I was facing the north. I had my hands out. You would think I was a goddamn Muslim or something. And I had 2 hands full of dirt. And I stood in a circle I made yesterday and the day before without making it again. Barefoot, in 45-degree weather with a tank top and some shorts on, with the heat on my back from the sun, allowing it to penetrate me. And I slowly chanted some words as I poured out from each hand a little bit of that which I am. Amongst a couple other things that are done. It's something you have to learn in person. You can't just be on YouTube and go out there and do it. No, it's just years and years. Grandmother say, but you don't never do it unless you got to. I was a little kid talking about, okay. And never once thought about using it until I was pissed off in the Navy. And a friend I knew pissed me off. And next thing you know, the next week, he went and jumped off the L1. I didn't mean for him to, but pissed me off. I was in the bed. Motherfucker was out there, thank goodness he could swim, and he was in his blue coveralls, and he was floating on his back. They say he was out there for about 2 days floating on his back. And they saved him. And he didn't fuck with me after that. So, and then I started to believe in some of what my great grandma was telling me. My grandma used to say, don't do it, don't ever do that stuff, don't do it. She's telling you. Well, I do it all out now. Well, not all out. I'm waiting for that moment. I'm waiting for one more goofy motherfucker to come up to me on my vehicle or come over to my place. And that's that. It's not a game. Somebody look at me crook-eyed. I'm going to spit a few words. I'm going to say a few words and spit. But the earth knows my liquids in my body, knows my mind and my heart, knows my intestine, knows my whole all because I am of it. But the light in me, that's the flicker. That's like when you hit that little and you got the fuel and you got the air, that spark. That's what you are. Your body is like that same carbon, or, you know, I hate to say the correct name for this bullshit because it's all lies. And your brain is like that. And you take in the air, you're the spark. It's in you. So how do you manifest it to give that fire? How do you push it off in the ether? It works the same way, people. But here you just need to know how to do it. The fact is, when I want to touch somebody, I don't need to know your fucking name. I don't need to know where you at. I don't even know who you are. I just need to know that you're wronging in thought and not in theory. And I can reach out and touch you. I don't give a damn who you are. They got their little goofy ass voodoo practitioners and chicken bones and shit. People that can read minds and shit. They got them. But it's not about evil. It's not about a feeling. It's not about an emotion. It's about righting the wrong. When the wrong doesn't want to be righted, it's about correcting the fallacy, the malice of it, to remove it, to extinguish it. The women used to do it. It's not our fucking place. But you women run around with synthetic shit in your head, fake eyelashes, bunch of chemical makeup on. How the fuck you going to connect to the earth? You can't even connect to one another yourself. So it's upon us to be the weaker form, but some of us are magnifying. What they call the Krizak Hadarak and Doom. Where do you think they get this notion, this ideology from? I got to run out to this goddamn store. Really don't feel like being around none of these sick motherfuckers. Not because I don't love them or anything like that. Just don't want to be around them because they're all, you know, when you walk around people and you can feel them, you can literally feel them. It's like, y'all don't get it, man. It's like, what the fuck? Like when he came out, he quiet. I just felt him over there. I didn't even look. So I abruptly finished what I was doing, took the breath that I was supposed to, wiped my feet off on the concrete from the dirt so I went tracking in, and walked inside, and then he come walking by. And he's not even looking. He's walking like quick. And he's all wrapped up. I was just out there in the tank top shorts and barefoot, you know. I'm not saying too much. Don't worry. Trust me. Far from it. I want to put some honey in the lavender, but maybe a little bit. What do you think? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. This is some thick ass honey, y'all. I'm gonna put just a tablespoon. Antiviral, very good too. I don't like sweet tea. I like my tea bland. I like the taste of lavender. But just a little itch in my throat. And I ate a whole eggplant lasagna last night. Hallucination, watching the movie Lady in the Water. Watch it. Tell me what it's $2.99 if it's not on, if you don't have what platform is that? I think it's HBO Max, but if you don't have the what you call it, watch it. It was pretty good because like I said yesterday, Chief Thundercat put it on, and it was pretty damn good. I've seen it before, and I got so much out of it. Yeah, real information. Oh, real rap. That's real information. Okay, it's a notification, guys. So anyway, I know I'm not reading. I'm going to read today, y'all. My apologies. I already said that yesterday. God dang it. And for those who came over to TikTok, I appreciate y'all. Followed you back. Yeah. So I'm going to read. I'm run to the store, come back. I'm going to read. And then 2 hours after that, I'm going to be right here because I ain't going back out. I want to make sure whatever this is goes away. You know what I'm saying? Eat my greens, do what I got to do. And actually, I'm just going to eat 2 meals a day. So you saw me eat that cucumbers and carrots. Not that much. And then later on, I'm going to have me a little something. I don't know. Maybe my little cauliflower, lemongrass, red bell pepper, green bell pepper, jasmine rice and bean chickpea soup. That's what I actually have. So, so whatever this is, it can go away. You know what I'm saying? It's not bad. It's just that I don't want to be around people to increase it. And I'm not worried, you know, and I'm still going to go outside barefoot, no shirt on. I don't give a flying fuck. I really don't. And I'm going to crack this window too and let some of this air get in. Because right now, there's no heat on. And in here, it says about 74 degrees. I'm used to sleeping at night with a 72 or 70 degrees, you know. 69 is fine. 70 degrees, I'm good. Which is cool, actually, you know, when you're in a big space. You know. Crack that window and I can see this one over here looking like, yeah, he wants to get in the window and lay down in the sun while he can. But I'm running out. I just want to come on because it's funny. And I says, you know what? When I actually went live, I had already sent them a message and I completely forgot because I wanted to go and take care of something because you see I was getting the cucumbers and all that together. Excuse me. And they messaged me back. I thought it was going to be like a half hour. That's what it said, half hour. It was like a couple minutes. Blam. So I was like, oh, 5 minutes. I guess. I don't know. I wasn't keeping track. So y'all got to see that. And it was just funny. I was like, what's going on here? It said 17th November. What y'all doing? Are y'all okay? And then they wanted to have like it's going to be a debate. Like these people crack me up, man. I attempted to have a debate. I'm not going to debate. I'm going to tell you the facts of knowledge. And then I asked them. I didn't say nothing, but I asked them. And the message says, have you watched any of y'all's fake federal hearings and shit? This stuff is so funny, man. And people, ever since that one video I did, I don't know if I posted on here. I did with that young girl talking about she's non-binary, something, whatever, blue lips and everything else. It looked like she was getting a rush out of it, saying that goofy shit. I was like, what have they done to our children? These teachers, these schools have really fucked our children up. Now I'm starting to have a little understanding because I was paying attention to Vietnam and what was going on. There was a lot of things going on with the South. They, you know, with Pol Pot. No wonder he went the fuck off. They did like what Hitler did. But you see, they stayed in control. The tape things. I was like, wow. The economy was fucked up. There was a lot of people broke, and it was the kids killing them teachers. And them, yeah, man, it was the kids out there killing teachers in the killing fields, man. These teachers are dumb, and we bigger than Vietnam, way bigger. I'm just saying. That was just a cup of tea. Don't pay it no mind. So let me go out here, man. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna go ahead and get this reading in because I want to go ahead and especially later on when I do this other reading, I want to get this other book going, like I said, because y'all gonna really enjoy that. So I know it seemed like I was just venting something. Yeah, I wasn't. I was just. Sometimes I look at things. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I look at things. And I'm like, in my head, I'm sitting there saying to myself, "What the fuck is wrong with people?" Now I got a good idea because I'm all inclusive. You know, I can empathize with some shit, but some things just don't make no sense. And I know my cousin's a teacher, 2 of my cousins, or 3, my sister, my cousins, and my aunt, Board of Education, she retired. And they hear me going in, and they don't reply. They don't say shit. None of them say a damn thing.
But they're also not perverting no children's head. They're not telling them about Juicy, he or she, and all that other goofy shit. They ain't doing that. They see a woman and a man. That's what they, and they know there's people gay out there in their age class. They don't push no agenda. So they're straight. Because if they were, they just as culpable and got to get whatever it's got coming. I don't give a fuck. You see what I'm saying? This is a reality. There's no emotions or feelings bound to it. There's right and wrong. That's it. There's just right and wrong. And any kind of symposium that these idiots make to affiliate themselves that make something like it's right. Yo, I got it, brother. I got them. Yo, man, I got to listen to it again, fam. Unless you send me something else. Yeah, I don't know. You might have got off when I shot you out, Max V. Because the moment I heard that, I was like, oh, I got to get off and listen to this. Ain't that right, y'all? So yeah. I said, I'm probably going to jam it. I ain't doing it on this because that dream, and I'm looking at everything like, what the fuck is going on? And I know that last night, they've been spraying like crazy, y'all. So what are they really up to? I'm telling y'all, it's not going to be a war like what y'all think, man. The war is on you right now. I'm dead ass serious. The war is on everybody right now, and nobody even see. They just had a red flag. Where was it at? Is that here in Arizona where they ran over the LA, right? Sacramento, California, where they supposedly had the sheriff cadets jogging, and the SUV or sports utility vehicle ran into them or something like that. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? And the way I was looking at it, I was like, wait a minute. I don't see no blood, no limbs. I see everybody running back and forth like they're dealing with patients, but that looked like a mass casualty drill. And I remember not too long ago, they were asking for stand-ins. So what did they use? They used the candidates, the sheriff's candidates who are jogging. I don't know, man. It's just, the more bad certain groups of individuals do, the more the media and all of them put them out there to say, oh, we need more protections. You have China doing the worst thing right now, right? But then you have this fake president, motherfucker who really don't mean nothing, sitting there talking about, oh, the Asian crime bill. Motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these are the little things. When I went to sleep last night, that I was like looking at all these different things, man. You know? So there's a lot of things in my dream, man. I was like, something. And I'm always doing this for y'all because, I mean, fuck. I mean, if I'm going tomorrow, man, don't be putting no money in no tombstone and shit. Take me and my ashes. I won't be cremated, but just take me and throw me in a hole somewhere or whatever the fuck. Just go on about your lives, man. I'm good. I'm returning back to the source. These motherfuckers probably want to study everything because they're so stupid. Because they don't know no better. All right? But trust me. They have gone beyond all fucktivity. Let me get the fuck out of here and do what I got to do. Shout out to everybody, you know. Ronald, what's good, baby? American Easy, what's happening? Just from Northern. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it for sure. Shut the Hyatt, what's cracking? Yo, Great Wolf. Carl, what's going on? Yo, APJR. Yo, Blissfulness, what's going on? Max already hit you up. So I'm just going to go ahead and run out here and get my ass back and take care of this bullshit. It's pretty good. I mean, you know, it is what it is. And I'll get the reading in. So I'll get the reading in at 12. So I guess that's 2 o'clock on the East Coast, right? When they're on that daylight shit. It's 2-hour difference now, right? I think I'm right? So we don't do daylight saving times here. My time, we stay the same all year round. I was going to be around that bullshit for those who want to believe in the time. So mahala at y'all, all right? As I say, mahala. Wado, achuma. Y'all have a grand day, and I'll see you on the